Welcome to Wunderlist, an online platform and phone app that helps you get organized. You can see that I've already signed into my account, so I can show you many of the cool things that are capable of doing with this platform. Wunderlist is basically an electronic to-do list. Now, at this point, many of you might be thinking this isn't going to be very helpful. Stay with me, and I promise you won't regret it. All right, let's get familiar with the different sections of Wunderlist. On the left, over here, you have your bar, which has your lists that you've created. It's specific lists designed for topics or whatever you want to happen. So you can see I have an inbox, I have a today list, I have a week list, I have a work, family, master's class, and lesson plan list. Once inside a list, you can add new to-do items, which looks like this. And then it'll allow you to mark them as complete or update the item. So let's create a new list because this is my inbox list and I don't want to put it there. So let's create a list. So again, down in the bottom left-hand corner, it says create list. So you're going to click and you're going to name your list. We're going to name it demo list for right now. Now, you can add members to your lists, okay? So if you have your students create a Wunderlist, you can put their email addresses in and connect them straight to this list, and you can have a classroom list that is always going, so everybody can be updated on what exactly needs to happen, what's coming up, etc. Okay. So you can put your email addresses here. Now you will be considered an owner. You can do list options so that you can click it so that you aren't disturbed, which means that you won't get email updates because every time you put this in, when something comes up, an email is sent out, especially if you add a reminder, so that it won't just get you from the list, it'll get you at your email as well. All right, so now that we've created a list, go ahead and click Save. Now you can see your new list comes up into your sidebar right here. So let's go into the demo list. And I'm going to move this off to the side so we can't see it. And here is where I'm going to add a to-do list. All right. Let's say I want to remember to turn in reading logs. This is a running theme in my posts because my kids always forget to turn in reading logs. So, turn in reading log. There we go. Now, I can add it right away, or I can say, ooh, I'm going to go over and create a reminder and a due date. So I'm going to say, oop, our reading logs are always due on Friday. So I'm going to click Friday, and I don't want it to repeat, or I can have it repeat every day, every week, every month, every year. I mean, they're always due on Friday, so I can have it repeat every week on Friday. And then I can also set up a reminder so that I am sent an email, or if it's on my phone and I have the app downloaded on my phone, it will come up and it will remind me that this is something that I have to do. So I can go ahead and decide, oh, I want to be reminded at 1 o'clock. Right? So now we're going to click the plus sign that says turn in reading log. And there it is. Now, it'll say the date that I need it to be turned into and give me so much more options if I go into it. So I'm going to click on it and go into it. And I can add subtasks. I think this is so cool because sometimes, like with the reading log, it needs to be turned in. But I also have to make sure that I find 6 new vocabulary words from my book. So I'm going to add that right in. So that's something that I have to do. I'm going to add that. I also have to find figurative language each week. I also have to make sure that my parents sign my reading log. I'm going to say, okay. So those 3 things have to be done before I can turn in my reading log. Isn't that cool? Now I can add notes into it. I can also attach a file. In this product, I can add a voice memo, or I can add something from Dropbox. I can go to a website if I want to add a link, anything like that. All right, so now that's done, and this has been updated. So every time I open it, there are my subtasks that I have to do. Now, in the app on the phone, you can actually take a picture of something that you need to go along with it, and it will within the app, and it will actually add it to the to-do list. It's pretty cool. And I'm going to actually show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go into one of my lists that I already have. I'm going to show you my work list. So you can see I have pictures, things that I have to do. It's going to automatically sync with my phone. So I've already done my Bloom's post for my Avid packet, so I'm going to click on that, and it's done, and it gets removed from my list. Isn't that awesome? Now, on Thursday, we have our step up to our junior high. There's something that I have to do before we can leave for that field trip. Now, during class, one of my fellow teachers came in to tell me about it, and my mind is completely focused on my lesson. I'm listening to what he's saying, but it's not really the time. My mind is completely somewhere else. So he hands me a hard copy, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to go put this on my desk. It's going to get lost. It's going to get buried under other things that are on my desk. I'm totally going to forget exactly what he says. And then I have a thought. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out my Wunderlist app, and I'm going to put in a reminder right away. So you can see I have to do this tomorrow. That's what I've put. Now I'm going to go into it. It tells me, so my subtasks are that I have to do a class roster, a reading list for both periods, and I have to specify if they're gifted, ILOP, SPED. I must do high, medium, low as well. Now, on my app, I actually took pictures of what the copies that he handed me looks like. It was an overview and other things. And so what I get to do is these papers don't even reach my desk. It's so cool. I took the picture, I added it in, and now I'm going to throw away the hard copies. Oh, it was so liberating to just throw away the hard copies because they are always here. I have them with me. I don't need to have those hard copies anymore. So right here it says that I have a pin. I have a file that's attached. Oops, I don't want to add one from my desktop. All right, so now that that's done, I can throw the hard copies away. I always have a copy right on me, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. How cool is that? All right, now you can share whole lists with people, which we've already talked about when we were setting it up, but I wanted you to also get the idea that you can send this once a list has been created. So you don't need to do it right from the beginning. You can do it later on as well. The other thing you can do is sort lists alphabetically, sort by due date, sort by creation, or priority. Now, if you star an event, like my step up to Taylor, I'm going to star the event. It goes directly to the top. It's awesome. I know exactly where it is. It's something that's very important. I can just click on it whenever I need it. I can also duplicate a list, copy select to do things. So if I need it in more than one list, I can copy it and move it to other things. I can email the list. I can email select to do items. I can print it, or I can delete it. I am so excited to see what you guys come up with to make your Wunderlist work for you. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you have any other questions or concerns that have to do with Wunderlist. Thanks for stopping by.